Welcome to the Daily Devotional. Once again, I'm sharing some thoughts from Pastor Michael Horban, former pastor and former resident of Shepherd Village. He writes on how to cope when you feel you can no longer cope. And I take most of my thoughts from one of his bulletin writings from years gone by. He writes, I heard a prominent preacher quote D.L. Moody saying, I have never known God to use a discouraged person. Those words started a new line of thinking within me, and a rude awakening began. Moody didn't say that you're going to hell because you're discouraged, but rather, what good am I? With discouragement, I let God down, and I shouldn't. Since then, those words echoed within my being. I have never known God to use a discouraged person. I would add a despondent, a defeated, a fearful person. Many situations in life can trigger discouragement. Moments of discouragement are a normal part of life. But prolonged discouragement requires special attention. What can one do when they face discouragement? Notice, discouragement means to have lost one's courage. Remember long ago that God said through Moses to Joshua to be bold, to be strong, to fear not, as God was with me, so God will be with you. Well, number one, stop feeling sorry for yourself. Face self-pity, admit it, face it, and don't give in to it. Number two, stop blaming other people for your unhappiness or your despondency or dark mood. Determine with God's help to love and forgive everyone. You are not responsible for what people do to you. You are responsible for how you react. The same goes for all problems. Are we reacting or responding to life? Are we retaliating or are we initiating? If we live in God's love, we will initiate positive energy to those around us. Number three, resist the temptation to hide from people. Join in with the church. Join in. We're closed down because of COVID, but join in with the worship of God's people. It has a renewing and uplifting effect on us. Number four, take a break, a change of scenery, a short vacation, even a walk in the park, anything can brighten our attitude, can open up our horizons. Don't let your world shrink. Number five, put a song in your heart. Never underestimate the power of a simple song. Gospel music penetrates deep into the human soul and spirit. They carry our hearts and lift our thoughts heavenward with great force. Number six, learn to read for enjoyment. You say, I'm not a reader, but you can read something. You can read a little bit. You can listen to good, uplifting, teaching, inspiring thoughts. Buy some good books or a good daily devotional reading. Number seven, stress your body and ease your mind. Long ago, Paul said, bodily exercise profits a little. Walking, jogging, bicycling, swimming, developing stamina can clear the bugs out of your head. Number eight, there is therapy in work. What we do affects our bodies. Volunteer. A job well done gives a sense of self-worth. Don't be afraid to work. It's one of the great healers. 9, keep yourselves in the love of God. God's love is not simply for mankind as a mass. It is intensely personal for each one of us. Paul said, Christ loved me and gave himself for me. God's love is undeserved, unmerited, unconditional, unchanging. Make that the dominant thought of your life. God's perfect love can cast out fear and worry Never question it. When you would, always look back to the cross on which Christ died. Number 10, keep your eyes on Jesus. He is the greatest attitude transformer, so that you, with Paul, can say, through Christ, I can do all things. He strengthens me. Number 11, nothing clears the mind like prayer. Memorize Philippians 4, 6 to 8. Be anxious for nothing, but in everything through prayer and supplication with thanksgiving. Make your requests known to God. And the peace of God that passes all understanding will keep your hearts and minds at rest in Christ Jesus. These verses carry hope, strength, encouragement for us. And number 12, look ahead, not back. Your future is guaranteed. You are not promised smooth sailing every day, but we are promised a safe landing. Life is not a dead-end street. It leads to heaven, and glory is ahead. Think deeply of its delights. Remember, troubles and trials are inevitable, but misery is optional. Say no to discouragement. Encourage yourself in the Lord today. God bless you.